everybody, Dr. Ray, and today, I got an email last week from this person who owns this company with the QuadraClicks Mouse, and they asked me to, let me just test it. Sound is working. Yeah, it's working good. They asked me if I was interested in doing a research study on their mouse, and I said, I'm not, because while the research study sounds really cool, I just don't have, that's just not my area of research to look at like the ergonomics of a device. But it's a really cool study. I just said it's not really like my thing, So the guy said, well, hey, would you like to take a look at one of our mice and do a review of it? Or let your students try it out in your gaming lab or whatever. And I said, absolutely, I would love to take a look at your device and review it. So I didn't know anything about this company or anything about what they did. Someone said, hey, do you want a free product? And I said, sure, I'll always take a free product. You can send it to me and I'll take a look. So in the meantime, I started to read about this device, which I'm going to unbox and show y'all what it looks like in a minute. But here's so this mouse was created by a college student. I read that there's like the stories on their website, but I'm going to tell you like the quick overview. So he was like a college student in the 2009, 2010, and basically he had trouble with it. He was on the computer like all the time playing video games and doing other stuff, and had problems with his hand. And in fact, I do as well. If I'm around 2003 to 2005, I was doing a lot of like Flash and Photoshop work, and I would get carpal tunnel and different pain in my hand, and I would have that. Fortunately, I'm pretty ambidextrous, and I can just switch to my left mouse, no problem. Not for gaming, I couldn't do that, but for like general mouse use, absolutely, I can just switch hands. So he encountered a very similar thing. Except, for me, just going to the left mouse, not everyone can do that. So he actually was able to, I guess it sounds like, use the 3D printer to try to print some different types of mice to solve his hand problem. And it looks like he was able to do that. And he eventually came out with this mouse, the QuadraClicks. They only have one version, so it's called the RBT, QuadraClicks RBT. So the story sounded cool. So I was like, is this going to work? So I went, and they have it on Amazon, and it sells for around $90 on Amazon, which is not the highest end mouse price, but it's on the higher end of mouse price, more like medium, because a low cheap mouse is like $20 to $40. So this is more on like the medium end of prices for a mouse. But they have like 90 some reviews on Amazon of people who use the mouse, and everyone pretty much is reporting, like I'm seeing like verified purchases reporting success. So I'm seeing like user reviews. The one thing that and before I unbox this, I'll just let me finish up my story here. The one thing I'm seeing most of the positive reviews say about the mouse is you have to give it a few days to a week to kind of get adjusted, because doesn't necessarily look and feel like a regular mouse. And you'll see when I unbox it, but I'm kind of psyched to try this out and see what it does. So let me unbox it. Let's open it up and take a look and talk about what I see. But it comes in this, it came in this nice box, obviously in like a regular Amazon type box thing. Let's open. Ooh, that sound didn't sound good. Sounded like someone banging a glass. So let's open this up. I got to use a tool to cut the box open, because the back has like those those sealant things that don't like your fingernail. But you can see the box, pretty cool box. It's really nice, actually. It's got like you can't necessarily see there we go, you can see the lettering in the light. So it's a pretty slick box. I mean, looks like something Apple's all like everything there is white, but this is a black box. But yeah, it's a nice packaging. Like the packaging. So let's open this up. Okay, so here's the top of the box, nothing in it. And inside the box, we've got the mouse, which looks like it's separated by the cable and the mouse itself. And I'll have to take them out because you can't really see, just because I don't have good lighting. And let me actually turn my light on a little bit. That will help you, I think. See this a little more. Let's see if that helps. A tiny little bit. So it looks like the cable is separate. Oh no, the cable's not separate. It just was boxed that way. Okay. So here is the mouse itself. It comes with the cable. The cable has like the, you know, the thread, the cloth material on it, so it doesn't, that just means it's supposed to be sturdier, but honestly I've never had a cable tear or anything, so I could care less about that. Regular USB mouse. It's got a little whatever they're called, the little thing that controls the amount of electricity. And then here's the mouse itself. So take a look at this puppy. This thing, look at that. I mean, here's a normal mouse. And look at this. It's got like a mound on it, actually. Huh. Wow, so look at this. You can see it's got a wheel, it's got a middle button, it's got side buttons that you could program. Normal mouse down below. Wow, interesting. It says RBT on it, which I assume lights up once I actually put it on. I'm not doing that review today. But look at this. It's like a mound on the mouse. Let me just see what this feels like. I'm going to put it down on my hand. So what they say on the website is that it... Oh, I can't just be clicking stuff. I'm literally like clicking stuff. Let's see. So it says on the website it reduces your clicking by 50%. Huh, it must be the positioning. I mean, it definitely feels like a lighter click. I can tell that right away. But one thing that's weird is that my my regular mouse, like it's a down click. This is like a back click. Huh. It's interesting. It's got a nice wheel. I mean, it all feels really good. And it's got like the body has the nice like rubberized coating on it for, you know, that helps with grip and stuff. It's got the programmable buttons. Yeah, I'm curious to try it out. It's really interesting. I mean, really interesting design. I'll put this in the light so you can see the contrast. Just a very interesting design here. Anyway, pretty cool. So I'm excited to try it out. Nothing else in the box, just a little pad for directions. But who needs directions? We just go. I just like to go. Take a look at the length of the mouse. It comes, oh yeah, really long wire, super long wire. You know, so it's gonna work. It's gonna be as long as any other mouse. It's not short, so it's a good length wire. Looks about, I don't know, 4 to 6 foot length. So good for pretty much any computer. But yeah, looks really interesting. Has anyone ever tried any of these out before? Anything like this? I've never seen a mouse like this whatsoever, so I'm really curious to hear if people have. Because I know there's some weird mouse designs out there, but I'm really fascinated to know if this like cures hand pain. I mean, I can even feel like right now, just my hand's always a little achy. I guess it's not something I notice, but yeah, I do feel it after, I guess, once I think about it. So I wonder if this solves that problem. But really cool, interesting, and I'll let you guys know how it goes. I'm going to give it like a solid like 3 to 5 days before I consider any kind of review, until I notice there's a difference or not, to see if I really like it. And what I want to do is play like a game like League of Legends and see how it works. So yeah, check it out. I mean, just look. I mean, looking at a regular mouse versus this, you got to see the side view. Just that like hump on it, mound. This is really interesting. So anyway, so that's that. I'm gonna give it a go. QuadraClicks RBT. Fascinating, nice box, interesting story. Check out the story on their website. That's really interesting, and kind of where you see like the you know, brains behind the, you know, where the problem was identified and how they attempted to solve it. So anyway, pretty cool stuff. And